I haven't done YouTube in a long while. I thought I would be a little bit more excited to come back to it, and quite honestly, I'm not really feeling it for the first time. I don't know. Trying just not to be fake. I think that's the biggest thing, is not being fake, bro. We all have somebody to look up to, right? That person, they're special, but they're no more special than you are, and I think people forget that. So when we go out and we try to do these things to where that makes us different, we try to be these people who we're looking up to and trying to be like, and we forget who we are. One thing that I will say that I definitely fell into a trap for is when I started making videos, I kept watching other people before I would go out and make my own videos. And you know what happened? I found myself talking like them. I found myself like trying to say things in a different accent than I normally would. And it's like, all right, yeah, maybe some of my videos popped off doing that, but and yes, what I'm saying is coming from my mouth and it is from my heart, but how I'm saying it is not. Sure, there's a little bit of acting when it comes to this stuff as well. You know, no one's gonna be in a hyped up mood all the time. We are in front of a camera, so there's that. But really just being in tune with yourself and just saying like, if nobody fucking likes me because I act how I am, then fuck it. It's not meant to be. But I'm not gonna change who I am and how I talk and how I act simply for validation of other people. I don't understand that. I've been getting more into like nihilism, which is pretty much the thought that like nothing that we do typically matters too much. You got to take it with a grain of salt, because yes, literally nothing we do fucking matters. You can become Donald Trump one day, but guess what? There's still going to be a day where all the work that you put in, but then you go to like a homeless person who like doesn't really want to do anything with their lives, kind of feeds off other people, you know, like at the same time, it's inevitable. You both are going to end up in the same spot later in life down the road, which is just gone. It really comes down to the question like, am I going to change my whole life and who I want to be and how I want to act for the validation of others if nothing is really as important as it seems, and everything is going to end and everyone's opinion that matters to me right now won't matter in the future? No. So if you got a goal or a dream, man, chase that shit, because at the end of the day, you have one life to spend, and at the end of it, nothing will matter other than if you got to do exactly what you wanted to do in life. We all die. We all will pass away, and we all will end up in the same place. Pick something that you can be on your deathbed and say, I'm so happy that I chased that goal and that dream in my life, because if I didn't do that, I would have lived with so many regrets, and I don't want to live with any regrets. It's terrible at the same time, because I'm finishing up my senior year of college, and I picked finance. I even moved inside the city just so I could possibly walk to work when I get an internship. I really had to ask myself, I was like, is this even important to me? Is this what I want to do in life, or am I simply just scared of going after my dreams and failing and being considered a nobody? And that's why I'm like, oh, college, let's get a finance degree. Yeah, that sounds great to tell people to do. I do finance. Yeah, I make around 80K my first year, 60K. That's pretty cool. Yeah, in a couple years, sure, I'll make 120 grand in like 8 years. That's awesome, right? Stability, comfort, all that. Fuck it. Fuck it. Who needs stability and comfort, bro? We all will die. I finally got to a point where I was like, nihilism. Nothing matters. This fucking degree doesn't matter. What I do with that job that I wanted at the time doesn't matter. It literally gives me no value to my life. I need something that will make me feel resourceful, something that makes me feel useful towards other people, and something that I can leave an impact on in this life. And finance just isn't that. So what did I do? I said, my mom thinks I'm crazy. My grandma thinks I'm an idiot. My girlfriend's worried for me, although she supports me lovingly. She's awesome. And her family thinks that I'm a complete total idiot. And you know what I said? Fuck them. Not actually. I love my family and her family. But fuck what they think, dude. Fuck what anyone thinks. Like, they will end up dead. I will end up dead. Does their opinion matter to me? Fuck no, bro. So I picked up the camera. I started posting my shit. I started popping off here and there. And it's freeing, bro. It is so freeing to just not care what anybody has to say about you, because you know deep down You have completely chosen your destiny and saying, this is what I want to do with my life. This is my destiny. I don't care what you think about it. I like it. And that's all that really matters. And now I'm going to go after and chase it and get it until I got it. More importantly, just not wasting your time with something you don't want to do just to simply please other people in your life. I'm like freaking out about work because I got it in 3 hours and I'm like, oh, I can't video today. I just don't have the time. I don't have... Fuck that. Dude, fuck that. I got the fucking time. You know why? Because I don't have the time to spend a 9 to fucking 5 every goddamn day of my life until I'm 60. My girlfriend's older than me, only by a couple months, but she graduated early. We have such a weird relationship right now because I'm chasing my dream and she's working 9 to 5, and she's like, I love that you're able to do that. Like, I envy it. And I look at her job and I'm like, that's the same degree I picked. Like, I don't want to do that with my life. So having her by my side as my support system, but also as another perspective of like what I don't want my life to be like, it helps. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like, what's the alternative? The only alternative is just being a fucking slave to the workplace and then getting 4 hours at the end of the night. Is it really that hard to pick up a camera and make a video when you put it that way? No. A life full of regret will be a lot longer and more miserable than you sitting down, putting in the long hours for a little bit amount of time in your 20s and getting that dream life that you always wanted. You don't know where you're going to end up. You don't know how great you can be. So just go out and do it anyways. Enough for that, okay? I feel so much better after saying that, bro. I missed YouTube a lot, bro. I'm actually so hyped to get in the gym after that. Because this is what fucking matters. Lifting heavy fucking weight, time under tension, whole lot of pressure, and fucking getting after it. Putting in a day of work. So let's go do that. Do the little montage. Peace.
Deploys a simple domain that enforces non-violence on both of us until I answer its question.
Hey, am I ready?
Well, I'll just come out and say it. You're not my type.
I would say that was a pretty damn good lift, but I gotta admit, I definitely did not have as much water as I would have liked. I also put 2 liters of water in my intra workout, and typically I would drink this whole thing. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't drink it, so my pump was not very spectacular, although it looked all right. I got like kind of high standards. Anyways, bro, intra workout, if you guys want a crazy pump, put 1 gram of salt, 10 grams glutamine, of course creatine. Always have your creatine, whether you're natural or enhanced, you need creatine. The reason being is, I feel like a lot of people don't know this, but they just take it anyways. So your body, your muscle uses ATP, okay? ATP, I don't know the correct actual like scientific term for it, but that is what your body uses for fuel to exert energy through like muscles. So there's one problem with ATP though. It has about 12 seconds until it starts to fatigue and run out. That's why we get fatigued. That's why we can't be able to just push the amount of weight forever. That's why we can't do 2,000 push-ups. Now what creatine does is it recharges that ATP quicker, as well as giving you more stored ATP. So when ATP is used, it becomes ADP, and creatine increases it as well as fixes it faster. So that way you have better pumps, you have stronger lifts, you have faster recovery. And you do not grow based off strength. You grow based off recovery. That is how you get strong. That is how you grow muscle. That is how you lift harder. So I'm gonna end that note on y'all, because I could go hours about informational shit, and I'd rather just sit down and actually do a real video for that instead of like a workout video. I don't know, a couple key takeaways. I didn't feel like going to the gym today. I really did not at all. I honestly had no energy in there. I don't know if like the clips, you can even see it in my face. I did not give a fuck that whole workout. However, does that matter? No, it never matters how you feel. If you have a goal, you need to not rely on motivation. If you have a goal, you have to focus on the discipline and the reward at the end and executing what you're doing in the moment. So that's what we did. It turned out to be a good lift, and you know, I get to go to bed at night saying I didn't feel it, I didn't have a great day, but I fucking sure as hell gave it my all today. And about to go home, eat. Can't really go to sleep tonight because I have a job. That's right, I got a job. It fucking blows. I definitely want to be unemployed, so if you guys can drop a sub for me, please, pretty please drop a sub for me. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Keep fucking grinding, keep chasing those goals, keep counting your blessings, bro. That is one thing that I don't do as much as I should. If you're gonna wear a cross, you better fucking thank God, and you better not cuss either, but I have a problem with that as well. I'm gonna end it on that note. Again, peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.